Hey, this is Bond Diesel, and this is my fifth entry into the Intel Insights series, where I will be talking about the new Intel that came out with the Westside Piers 1.8, the Division update. We'll be going over the different types of phone recordings we got here. I may even expand this out to the old game to go back and look at some various things in that, the old phones, the pictures that we see, some of that, and maybe even the underground stuff that we got. So, but for now, we are going to be doing the fifth set here, which is called On Valassi's Trail. We'll listen to it and then I will discuss.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Oh. Yes. My name is Ruth Massey. I've lived in New York for 32 years, and I have a question for you. Who is Rick Valassi? I mean, we all know who we think he is. He's the loudmouth who keeps talking on the radio about what he thinks is going on. But is he really that? Or is what he's saying intended as a distraction to keep us away from the real truth? I think that's what's really going on here. That Valassi is a mouthpiece for something or someone, and it's his job to spout opinions that hide the truth. And I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna take down Rick Valassi. Just you watch me. Did you ever wonder why Valassi's on the air and nobody else seems to be? Why does he have the technology to keep pounding out his dribble when no one else on the entire island of Manhattan, the greatest city on planet Earth, seems to be able to get a basic ham radio set going? And let's face it, he doesn't seem like the handiest guy to have around. I don't think he's the sort to build his own equipment. Do you? I think someone set him up to be the voice of Manhattan during the crisis. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. I dare you. So, I went digging into Rick Valassi. There's no waiting for documents anymore. It's all help yourself, if you can find it. And if the docs you want didn't get turned into kindling to keep someone from freezing to death. But here's the interesting thing. I couldn't find a thing on Valassi. No driver's license, no draft records, no nothing. Now, maybe I was just looking in the wrong place. Or maybe the records were destroyed by accident. But maybe there is no Rick Valassi. He's a ghost. It's something to think about. I'm still trying to dig into Valassi's past, and I am getting nowhere. There's no record of where he lives, and no employment history. It's like the government just made him up out of whole cloth when they needed a voice to go out on the airwaves. For all we know, he's not even in Manhattan. He could be in a condo up in Boston eating cheese munchies in between broadcasts, and they just pipe him in down here. It's getting too big. I am losing sight of the edges of the web. I've seen him. I've seen someone I'm pretty sure is Valassi on the street in Morningside Heights. That must mean he lives somewhere close. I'm surprised he even comes out of his lair at all. He must think he's special somehow. Or that he has protection. Yes, I'll bet that's it. If that is Valassi, it could be a government plant to distract me. But you know what? It doesn't matter. We deserve the truth about Rick Valassi and whoever he's fronting for. I will follow him. I will keep an eye on him. I will find him. And then I will find out the secrets he's hiding. I promise you, we will know the truth. This is going to be my last broadcast. They're listening. I mean, I always knew they were listening, but now I know they're listening, and I don't know how much time I have left. I'm giving up on the Valassi story. It's too dangerous. It's too big. Bigger than you think. What he's tied up in, Manhattan is only the tip of the iceberg. If I keep looking into it, they're going to kill me. Maybe they're already going to kill me. I don't know. Maybe this is too late. But I am telling you, whatever you do, stay away from Rick Valassi. Stay away from...
So this is probably my second favorite one, and it would be my first if it wasn't because the last set of recordings is so substantial. I really like this one because honestly, for the last 18 plus months now, almost 2 years, Rick Valassi has basically just been this annoying guy that plays in the safe houses when you're there. And for 18 months or so, it was just the same recordings over and over and over and over again, right? Now with 1.8, if you didn't know, with the West Side Piers edition and the other things, if you actually listen closely, they have added more Valassi content. So I believe he does a interview with a JTF agent in one, and I don't know that I am positive about any other ones that he does. Maybe I'll try to do a video on that. But what's interesting about it is that he, I guess I never thought twice about why in the world is this guy broadcasting and why is he on in every single safe house that you go to? What's so special about him? Surely there's other people doing the same thing, right? So, what's funny about this set of recordings to me is that it starts off that it's just some crazy conspiracy theory lady, and what does Rick Valassi have to gain, right? It seems kind of silly almost. But then as you go through, and the thing is that by the end, that can still be true. She can still just be a nut. She can still just be some crazy lady who is just looking, reading between lines that aren't even there and things like that. And, you can live with that. And even the very end where it, stay away from Rick Valassi, stay away from, and then it cuts out and there's all kind of scrambling. She may have just dropped her phone in the toilet, who knows? But then you have the alternative and the kind of interesting way to look at it, that really nothing really is too substantial, even when she's looking for records about this guy. Like, yeah, that's kind of weird, but at the same time, imagine trying to go and find your birth certificate in the middle of this chaos, with probably no electronic records up and all that. I highly suspect that's not that big of a deal, but there's something unspoken towards the end when she is basically talking about, it appears that she has found something out about him, especially her comment about it not just being New York, and that he's connected to something bigger. Is that something like the Division, where it's this unknown group of people who popped up out of nowhere when this happened, or is it something like Keener? We in the last set of recordings I'm gonna go over, we'll talk more about that, but. Is he connected to him? Is he connected to something else entirely? I do like that they're bringing up this kind of mystery around Valassi, rather than him just being the loudmouth conspiracy theorist on the radio, that maybe there's more going on there. Does it imply that the government is using him to inform people or misinform people, or is someone else? It's kind of tough. So, obviously we have nothing else to go on here. So is she dead? She thinks she's going to die. She thinks she's going to be killed because she's doing all this stuff. Or, like I said, did she drop her phone in the toilet? Who knows? Maybe we'll find out more about what's going on here in the future, with Massey and Keener, not Keener, and Valassi. So we will see. So if you liked what you saw in this video, please check me out on Twitter and Twitch. Please subscribe to the channel here. Drop me a like, drop me a comment if you have any ideas or if you have any suggestions on this type of series. I do plan on expanding this to some of the other parts of the game, but we will see as time permits. So until next time, this is Bond Diesel.